Hare Krishna, welcome back to our Swadhyaya Online Reading Literate Labs Presence Power of SAP, the Gateway to Spirituality program. In this, we have a two series. We have started one in Gita Daily series in every evening and Srimad Bhagavatam in the morning. So in this series, the last sessions, if you have remembered, you see the mind map, we have covered till the verse number 9.27, and we are continuing with the second theme now. Second theme is all about seeing the world through Gita's eyes, and we are continuing all the verses pertaining to this particular theme, right? So today we are going to start with a new topic today, 9.33, based on Bhagavad-gītā chapter number 9, verse number 33. The title is The World is in a Mess as Usual. So before we go there, let's read the verse from Bhagavad-gītā itself, Bhagavad-gītā as it is. And if you have a hard copy, I will recommend to read it from directly from here. If it is not, then you can just visit the nearest discount center and you can get it there. And let me go to the verse number 33 today. And also, if you do not have a hard copy, just for the time being, you can go to the Vedabase. And from that, chapter number 9, verse number 33, directly you can jump into there. Yeah. So this is the verse number 33 of chapter number 9. And we will be reading both the translation and the purport here. Translation goes like this. How much more this is so of the righteous brāhmaṇas, the devotees and the saintly kings. Therefore, having come to this temporary miserable world, engage in loving service unto me. Purport. In this material world, there are classification of people, but after all, this world is not a happy place for anyone. It is clearly stated here. Anityam, asukham, lokam. This world is temporary and full of miseries, not habitable. Not habitable, right? So, full of not habitable for any sane gentleman. This world is declared by the Supreme Personality of Godhead to be temporary and full of miseries. Some philosophers, especially Māyāvādī philosophers, say that this world is false. But we can understand from Bhagavad-gītā that the world is not false. It is temporary. There's difference between a temporary and false. This world is temporary, but there's another world which is eternal. This world is miserable, but the other world is eternal and blissful. Arjuna was born in a saintly royal family. To him also the Lord says, take to mind devotional service and come quickly back to Godhead, back home. No one should remain in this temporary world, full as it is with miseries. Everyone should attach himself to the bosom of the Supreme Personality of Godhead so that he can be eternally happy. The devotional service of the Supreme Lord is the only process by which all problems of all classes of men can be solved. Everyone should therefore take Krishna consciousness and make his life perfect. So this is the 9.33. Now let's go back to Gita for Daily Encouragement series. The title says the world is in a mess as usual. The daily news of natural disaster like hurricanes and human-made distresses like corruption, so that the world is in a terrible mess. Seeing this, we may feel, can I, one small human being, make any significant difference? Gita wisdom informs that we surely can, provided we first see things differently. We need to see that the messy state of the world is its usual nature, as the Bhagavad-gītā 9.33 indicates. Does this mean that we become callous towards the sufferings? So if you do not know the meaning of the callous, going and having an insensitive, cruel disregard for others, right? So you can highlight for the word of the day towards the sufferings. Not at all. Just means that we do not let sentimentality prevent us from acknowledging reality. The world is like a hospital. Suffering is to be expected here. The earlier the people in a hospital unsentimentally accept the inevitability of suffering there that much earlier, they can get on with the treatment, either take it themselves or administer it to others or do both. The most potent treatment in this hospital, like world, is devotional service to Krishna. As the same Gita verse states, just as basic medical education explains how an oral medicine can counter a back pain, basic philosophical education explains how devotional service can counter the world's pressing problems. Let's understand this briefly. Human-made distresses are caused by people excessively infected by the modes of passion and ignorance. Natural disasters are the mass karmic reactions to disharmonious actions done by societies afflicted by the lower modes. In both cases, the cause is infection by materialism. Devotional service cures this infection by providing us experiences of higher spiritual happiness. The more we practice and share devotional service, the more we contribute not only to minimizing the mess here, but also to helping people become successfully discharged from this hospital and return to eternal joyful life with Krishna. That is a significant difference each of us can and should make. I will repeat the translation once again. This is a certain part of it. 9.33. Therefore, having come to this temporary, miserable world, engage in loving service unto me. Yeah. So now let's back to the mind map. So let me log into the mind map once again. So we'll be having a Kahoot quiz on this very soon. So stay tuned for that. And for every verse which we are reading, so there will be a Kahoot version of it, and which so that you will be reading the translation purport very carefully. And yeah, so that's the way. So the word is an MS as usual. So for today, words of the day, let's put it like this way. Words of the day. So we covered two words, new words today. Callous. One of the word is callous. We will write it down. CALLOUS. Then that's fine. And I believe the as it is also we have seen a word called person. So I'll request you make some sentences to understand the usage of this words, preferably spiritual sentences. So with this, we have completed this particular verse. Let's mark it as a green. Done. So in the next session, we will continue with the new verse that is 10.08. So that is, we'll be starting with another chapter here. So we will move it here. Chapter number 10, we will be continuing, and 10.08. Right? So we'll stop here. Hare Krishna. Guru Prabhupada ki Jai.